is the 6th of October 2024, and it's been a fair few months since I've done a video, and I thought I'd pop on. Can't sleep, nothing new, and just tell you briefly what's been going on. In my last video I mentioned about some health situations. I can talk about them now. My stepfather, my dog is making my noise. Hey! Shh. My stepfather was diagnosed with advanced bladder carcinoma, muscle invasive. Back in April, he had an operation to remove what they could, but because it was in the muscle, they couldn't get it all. The oncologist put him on palliative care, because basically he was too old to cope with any kind of treatment. So it was basically just us looking after him, pain management when needed, etc., etc. He was doing really well up until just before the first August bank holiday, when things started going downhill, and was it the last? It was the last bank holiday in August. Beg your pardon, it was the last bank holiday in August, not the first. I don't know. It all seems like just meshed into one. Anyway, so it was the last bank holiday in August. He came downstairs for the last time. We'd had a hospital bed brought in because he was, he was struggling with the stairs, couldn't manage them, and he was like okay for a few, well, not okay, but he was doing all right for a few weeks. He was getting out of his hospital bed, the carers would get him out, he'd sit on the chair, and then one day he got out, and like at breakfast time when the carers came in, and by lunchtime he just wanted to go back. He was too tired, and he didn't get out of bed again, and he passed away last Saturday morning at 1:06. We were all with him, and he slipped into a coma on the Friday morning. He was unresponsive for the rest of the day. His breathing was really rapid. His skin was ever so clammy, but he was like getting cold, but also, the clammy, and his skin started doing the mottling thing, like all the bruises looking all over his body. His eyes were very glassy because he was sort of like, he couldn't shut his eyes very well. They were sort of like he was like in a coma, but his eyes were sort of like this, and obviously the jaw was open. And then I had tried to have a nap about 11, 12, and then I woke up with my mum in my face, and she said, quick, his breathing's changed. And that's when his breathing had sort of like slowed right down, and he was doing a couple of breaths and then a long pause, and then a couple of breaths and a long pause. Anyway, we got everybody there really quickly, and he sort of did like a really just, like after he'd been doing this like pausing, he did like a really big in like that, held it, and then just went, and that was it. He was gone. There was the thing that we've got to be so grateful for, and I'm so grateful to whatever it is, that he genuinely had no pain through his cancer journey. There was no pain. He never, apart from, that's a lie, he complained twice of pain, and that was in the last week. One day he had a headache, and another day he had a pain here. So we called out the district nurses, because we had all the end of life drugs here that could be administered by the district nurses. But when the district nurses came, he didn't need it. The pain had gone. So we are really grateful for the fact that he never needed the pain, the drugs. In fact, he didn't have any pills for the last 3 weeks of his life. The doctor stopped them all because he couldn't swallow. He was choking. He didn't eat for a long time, and he didn't drink much at all. Like, in the end, my mum was like syringing the smallest amounts of fluid into his mouth, and even that would like dribble out. And basically we just sat round his bed for weeks before he passed, and I used to sing him every day, multiple times a day. In fact, I've got it on like Ring, because we had a Ring camera down there. I've got a camera of me singing You Are My Sunshine, and he was singing it back, and that was on the Thursday morning before he died. And it was beautiful, so lovely that we've still got that. And so this last week has just been so busy. We've done funeral arrangements, we've done florist arrangements, we're doing legal shit, we've done changing bills over. There's so much to do, it's just outrageous. My mum is finding it really tough, obviously. She's just lost her husband. And yeah, it's just been a really sad time, because, you know, we wasn't expecting him. I mean, we knew he had cancer, but we didn't realise how quick it would take him. And it's like 6 months from diagnosis to, because we don't know how long he had it before, but from diagnosis to dying, it was 6 months. And yeah, it's been a really horrible time. But I just thought I'd pop on and just, you know, say what's happening. Because I've only got like a few more minutes. So what else has been happening? I'm still having tests while my B12 is so high. My son was in hospital again with he had a lumbar puncture, and they burst or leaked his spinal fluid, so he was in hospital for 10 days because he had spinal fluid floating around all in his body, and he couldn't stand up because of the pain in his head. So that was a fun 10 days or whatever it was. I just had a whole bunch of genetic testing sent to London to see why my B12 is high. Still haven't got the results of that. I've got a couple new tattoos. I've got a little alien saying humans suck, and I also got what one's that? See no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. And I've got some piercings done as well. Got a little tragus and these two little buttes up here. So yeah, that's about it. That sums up my last few months. Not been great. Anyway, it's like 3 o'clock in the morning and I need a wee, so I hope everybody's well, and just a little catch up. So see you all soon.